We had Jelly Roll testifying in Congress. This clip was sent to me 1,000 times. We'll just show you very quickly. Jelly Roll, our Jelly Roll, testifying in Congress. Should I do this clip of the opening statement? It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Here we
powerful.
go. I thought he was great. He should, if he wasn't a convicted felon who can't even vote, which I just learned from this video, I'd say he should run for office, maybe even president, because this is the best public speaking I've ever heard. I'll tell you this. I watched this morning. I thought it was going to be, everyone was sending me this, Jelly Roll speaking to C-SPAN, a.k.a. Congress to me. Whatever this is. I don't know what this room is. I wouldn't be caught dead in it. This is terrifying to be in this. This is like being on the OJ trial to me. So here's Jelly Roll, and I thought everyone was sending me this to show me that he's bombing, something bad happened, because this was sent to me like over 100 times. I kept opening messages yesterday, and it was just this clip. I kept, ha. I hadn't watched it until this morning. This is the best thing Jelly Roll's ever done. I think I might be a roller after this, because this is one of the best. Like I said, this could be our next president, and you'll see why. Check this out.
Start with Mr. DeFord. Welcome for your first committee hearing, I assume.
Wow.
Forgive me, I'm a little nervous. I'm used to having a rock and roll band behind me when I have a microphone in front of me.
First of all, I got it.
Amazing opening line.
Liz, did you hear this? I mean, this is amazing. Listen to this.
Forgive me, I'm a little nervous. I'm used to having a rock and roll band behind me when I have a microphone in front of me.
That was, I mean, I was shocked. I was like, he's got this. And it just keeps exceeding my expectations. Listen to this.
During the time that I've been given to share my testimony here, I think it's important to note before I start that in these 5 minutes I'll be speaking that somebody in the United States will die of a drug overdose, and it is almost a 72% chance that during those 5
I thought he was there like threatening everybody. Over the next 24 hours, many Americans will die unless you grant me an arena like Tony had. So this is Jelly Roll. I mean, I saw him. He's doing the 5K. I had to get in there. He's doing Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura's 5K run. Did you see this? I said to Jelly Roll, I go, guys, running is a lot different than clout chasing.
Got him.
Running and clout chasing aren't the same thing, Jelly Roll. 2 likes, 3 likes, maybe. A fuck you. Jelly Roll is going to be running a 5K. And here he is in Congress. I might have changed my opinion on Roll. Although, oh God, look at this one.
He's
this is like from Espanola.
Because
here.
if people keep on dying, that's his main base.
Yes. Oh wow. Okay. So he's here because he's so sick. And by the way, you're starting to look as hot as Adam 22. You and Adam 22 have almost the same hair, in a way. Adam 22. Don't you think? He's starting to look like a hot
Jelly Roll.
Adam 22. That's what I'm seeing here. This is Adam 22 if he gained 15 pounds. So Jelly Roll's here, and I guess he's testifying to Congress. I don't know why people do this. This must be a promotional gimmick that I'm not understanding. Speaking to Congress as a celebrity, I've never understood this. To me, if you're speaking to Congress, you've been arrested, and you're trying to appeal or get out of jail, right? No. Apparently they go to lobby to, I don't know what you would call this, to beg Congress to do something. I mean, unless you got a big briefcase of cash, I don't know what the fuck you think it's going to happen.
I hope they guaranteed grant what you're asking for after all this
Well,
work.
that's what I mean. When you go and do this to Congress, what's the idea? That they'll consider it and you're hoping that maybe they start talking about it and do something? Why would they consider this? So he's going there to say too many people are dying of opiates and fentanyl and street fentanyl too, which isn't their problem. And I guess he wants something to be done with it. He's saying something about the Sackler family and these opiates. Here's a novel idea, you crackheads. When you see that you're getting addicted to opiates, stop taking them. That's what I did. I took opiates for pain. I got prescribed them. I knew in 2 weeks, I go, this is like sick. This is sadistic. And I stopped them immediately. So what are you guys doing? Just keep taking them? What do you think's going to happen? Have you heard these stories? So anybody who is on these opiates, we kind of want, and I think the government wants us too, they want them to die. This opiate crisis is great because the people who die from it are all hillbillies and stuff. Right? Black people. Hispanics aren't dying from this. Hispanics are dying from their very poor groceria-only diet with their authentic tortilla. But, yeah, I guess he's testifying. He wants Congress to do something about this. I don't know what this means.
Will he win?
And look at this. And what are you here for? What are you here for, Maria? Remember on Eastbound and Down when Stevie got this random-ass non-English speaking woman? This doesn't look anything like her, but it's the same type of idiotic figure that they so well portrayed in Eastbound and Down, Maria. We actually had her call into the show, the woman who played Maria.
Oh, yeah.
The actress.
Forgot.
She sucked.
That guy was thinking real hard.
And
like,
then who's
here,
this?
press
Zach
play
from
and watch
H3?
this guy's face.
Yeah,
He's like
watch this.
so nervous.
But let's hear what Jelly Roll says, because this was rather breathtaking, and I felt like I was watching a movie when I was watching this. Watch.
During the time that I've been given to share my testimony here, I think it's important to note before I start that in these 5 minutes I'll be speaking that somebody in the United States will die of a drug overdose, and it is almost a 72% chance that during those 5 minutes it will be fentanyl related. Having started that way, Chairman Brown, Ranking Member Scott, and esteemed committee members, thank you for having me. I know this is a bit of a...
Right there, just what he's done so far, could never do in a million years. I could never do it. So that right there is like Eminem rapping Rap God perfectly while bouncing around stage, okay? Most of us can't do that.
Why don't you try?
To testify for
what
Congress?
What would your opening statement be to show your confidence?
I couldn't even put one sentence together. That was perfectly put together so far.
Yep.
It was a movie. He didn't miss a beat. There were no wasted words. It was perfectly performed. It was confidently executed. The fact that he could do that, only Robert Downey Jr. can do something like that. Okay? So, Jolly Roll is amazing. I could never do this in a million years. If I was at Congress, I'd be mumbling and stumbling. I wouldn't know what to do.
You would need a bomb sound effect, or else what would you do?
I mean, I'd be all over the place. Listen to this once more.
In front of me.
Wait, no, not once more. Here. I didn't mean once more.
Drug overdose, and it is almost a 72% chance that during those
One more
5
time.
minutes, it will be fentanyl related. Having started that way, Chairman Brown, Ranking Member Scott, and esteemed committee members, thank you for having me. I know this is a bit of a curveball.
Just that sentence, this Chairman Brown regulatory, I've already forgotten that. How do you memorize something like that? Chairman Brown, I mean, really, and I thought actors did these things line by line. This was all live, too. Most actors, they go, hi, how, cut. Are you today, cut. You've seen these videos, and on YouTube, there's a lot of jump cuts. This is all live. This is all one take. This is all perfectly said. This is, it's like I'm watching Justified, right? Doesn't this feel like you're watching Justified season 2?
I haven't seen Yellowstone, but this is what
Yellowstone.
I imagine
This is HBO. This is high level. This is the cowboy western from HBO that people revered. Listen to this.
Ranking Member Scott and esteemed committee members, thank you for having me. I know this is a bit of a curveball, but I like a little baseball myself.
Wow.
My name is Jason D4, but to most I am known as Jelly Roll. It is important to establish earlier that I am a musician and that I have no political alliance. I am neither Democrat nor Republican. In fact, because of my past, my right to vote has been restricted. Thus far, I have never paid attention to a political race in my life.
Wow. Another perfect 100 out of 100
How was he doing that?
sentence. It was, that was breathtaking, and also the information we're getting. It's not just words. Most people come on, blah, blah, blah. We're getting some info here. He is not Republican nor Democrat because he's not allowed to vote, okay? That's great. I didn't know that was even an option. I thought if you're a free man, you vote, right?
Guess not.
I thought only an illegal immigrant or a person in jail currently couldn't vote. What did Jelly Roll do that he's not allowed to vote? We need his vote. So this is crazy. I don't know what he could have done.
During that last part, I started fantasizing about Donkey Lips doing a speech
Yes,
like this in front
imagine.
of Congress, but he's delivering it just as good as Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll's got some issues here, huh? This is sharp, too. This is all jagged. This is all jagged. It's not what you think. It's not just a missing or a gold tooth. This is what you're seeing here. This is a full tooth. This is a tooth that's cracked, and this is a shard coming up, and this is a shard, and it's sticking in here, and then the half of the tooth is gone, and you've got this shard sticking up, very sharp. I'm surprised you could even go into Congress with teeth that sharp. You know? That should be, they should have to put the Hannibal mask on him to bring those into Congress. All right, let's see him deliver this. And again, he's not political. That's why he's the best person to speak about this, which I respect here.
I am neither Democrat nor Republican. In fact, because of my past, my right to vote has been restricted. Thus far, I have never paid attention to a political race in my life.
That's always, and they should have cut to the other people around the room being like, oh, his right to vote was restricted. Okay, lovely. You know, that would make me nervous. Oh, he did something so bad, he's not allowed to vote? Oh. And he's speaking like as a special guest here? Like, why is he here? Why do we have a guy who's been restricted from voting? So I'd be a little nervous. I'd be like, oh, fuck. You know, and they should have shown some cutaways to some Congress guys' faces. Like, what do we got here?
I am neither Democrat nor Republican. In fact, because of my past, my right to vote has been restricted. Thus far, I have never paid attention to a political race in my life. Ironically, I think that makes...
Look, that was kind of one of those faces.
Paid attention to a political race in my life.
I'll get on with it here.
Ironic.
Look at that. That's the look of a guy like, oh, I'm in good company, huh? I'm glad I worked this hard. You like being around this guy? Huh? This Saltburn guy, you want to be around him? This is... Aren't you scared? You're scared for your life here. Look at this guy. Who am I to judge? I've had brothers go down for the same thing in Chicago. Yeah.
Is that Loomer?
That's the president.
Behind him.
Oh, Laura Loomer, yes, behind him. She looks beautiful covered up by a black head. You could almost imagine Laura Loomer to be gorgeous as Anna from Red Scare. Right? This is Anna from Red Scare back here. They just hired her to make faces. And then this is one of the SNL people getting ready, Eliza Schlesinger. All right, so let's see what's happening. C-SPAN, I can't believe this room even exists. It's so... You guys ever going to redo any of this Washington shit?
I know.
You ever going to update it? New era, new scheme?
They had Biden on Architectural Digest for Christmas, and he was showing the White House. It's like, this place sucks.
I mean, it's George Washington themed, which never caught on. There's never been a decade where George Washington look was in. Ever. It's time. This place is disgusting. And then you've got this gold here, like Loki. They're trying to make it like Loki, obviously. So obvious with this gold design here. That's like, Loki looks nicer than this. How about you get the set designers from Loki? That would look great, because you know what? Mid-century modern never goes out of style. Cut to the wide. There is a mid-century feel to this room.
Maybe you should throw up some gold.
I would love to if I could afford real gold. But yeah, I think the set design from Loki would be perfect for the White House. You know, and, you know.
Nice orange.
You could print the money, guys. Print the money. It's basically a write-off. Redesign the whole White House, and all of America would agree, because that's a style we all agree is nice. Mm-hmm. Right? Nobody hates that except metalheads like Glenn. Metalheads hate mid-century modern. Did you know that? Metalheads have the exact opposite idea of what looks good to me. Metalheads like sharp fonts.
You guys agreed on Yeezus.
Lightning bolt. Isn't that something? See, Kanye was able to bring metalheads and non-metalheads, I guess, together. It's a shame. Okay, let's just see some more from Roll, and we'll get out of here.
Honestly,
from Roll.
I think that makes me the perfect person to speak about.
Oh, this was beautifully said. This was very Iron Man. Listen to this.
No political alliance. I am neither Democrat nor Republican. In fact, because of my past, my right to vote has been restricted. Thus far, I have never paid attention to a political race in my life. Ironically, I think that makes me the perfect person to speak about this because fentanyl transcends partisanship and ideology, gentlemen and women. This is a totally different problem.
Oh, did you hear the beats he's doing? They're perfect. They're movie beats. I mean, Martin Scorsese would go, cut, and we got it. One take. Phenomenal job. They couldn't believe it. Well, I guess everyone's going home early today. We got it in one take. You need to be in films. I'm sorry. This is just as good as John Candy, in my opinion, here.
And I was speaking outside to the media, and I gave them a statistic that said 190 people a day overdose and die every single day in the United States of America. That is about a 737 plane. That's what about a 737 aircraft can carry. Ooh. Could you imagine the national media attention it would get if they were reporting that a plane was crashing every single day and killing 190 people? But
okay, that simile, metaphor, that woke me up, bro. I'm totally understanding now. The 747's worth of people dying every day from fentanyl. Can I see pictures of the people, please? Then I'll decide if we care. And maybe you should start looking. Why don't you go to the morgue and see those people? You'll go, oh, well, okay. We don't want them around. And even if you have a healthy brother who you love, we don't want him around.
Crashing every single day and killing 190 people. But because it's 190 drug addicts, we don't feel that way. Because America has been known to bully and shame drug addicts instead of dealing and trying to understand what the actual root of the problem is with that. But
yes, I've always wanted to spend my time trying to understand the mind of a gangbanger. Yeah. Draws. Adios, draws. You ever seen one of these gangbangers? So yeah, maybe we don't have the same patience, okay?
Well, let's leave it to
We're all
him.
trying to get by here, and then you guys are all gangbanging and selling fentanyl, trying to kill us. You ever think about that? That you guys are evil? I like how drug dealers are like the nice guys now. And then this Pfizer is evil. I'm on the side of Pfizer, of course. I don't know if you saw Travis Kelce, the ad that he does, and they run this still currently. I couldn't believe it. So Travis Kelce gets a shot and then looks at the camera and goes, yup. And it's like, that's crazy for Pfizer to do. Pfizer, like, let's write a commercial where we basically like, rub it in people's face. It's like, we know everybody watching football hates this vaccine. So we're going to sponsor it during the football games and have Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's boyfriend, look into the camera and go, you're getting this shot whether you like it or not. What a mean, nasty thing. If I were Pfizer, I'd go, okay, we have a problem here. 50% of the country hates us. They're accusing us of all the stuff. We have to fix this. But instead, they're just, I mean, that's really troublesome, man. I would stay away from that Pfizer if I were you. But get the vaccine, please. Get it, especially if you want to be around me. I demand that everybody be vaccinated around me. Here's Jelly Roll, of course, no vax. And none of Joe Rogan's friends are allowed to have the vax, or they're not welcome at the mothership. That's what Tony said. He said that in a recent interview. Okay, let's just hear a little bit more about what he says. He wraps it up pretty quick, and he does a great job. And I always like to give somebody credit, especially when I've been very rude to them in the past.
Of dealing and trying to understand what the actual root of the problem is with that. But the sad news is that narrative is changing too, because the statistics say that in all likelihood, almost every person in this room has lost a friend, family member, or colleague.
See, that's not how it works. These Congress guys have lost no one to drugs. Okay? That only works in your holler or wherever you're from. It doesn't work like that. None of these people, I've never known anybody that's died from drugs unless they were a complete loser.
That's knowing someone. That counts as knowing.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Neil Nanda, he died from, well, no, that was a campfire, we learned. Okay, who else? Who do I know who's died from drugs? Matt Perry? This doesn't count.
They say he threw a chair, and then
well, then
everybody
knows somebody that's died from drugs. Yes, the whole world knows that. That's not a fact. That's not a fun fact, an eye-opening fact. We all know Matthew Perry died of drugs, so it doesn't matter if we know someone that's died of drugs. We know him. It's already over. We know about it. And we don't care, and we want these people gone, and we want their neighborhoods fixed. More importantly, nobody talks about cleaning up all these poor neighborhoods so that they look nice, so that I could drive through this whole city and it looks nice. That's what everybody wants, right? You know how when you drive through like a really nice place, you go, this is nice. Don't you wish you could drive like that forever? All it takes is getting rid of some of these people, these poor people. And not to say like, you know, and when I talk about poor people, I'm talking about Jelly Roll Trailer Park. We're not talking about I can't afford, you know, to go see Kill Tony. We're talking about these people are really down and gross. Okay, we'll wrap it up.
To the disease known as addiction.
I'm just looking for something. Here it is.
I've attended more funerals than I care to share with y'all. This committee, I could sit here and cry for days about the caskets I've carried of people I loved dearly, deeply, in my soul, good people, not just drug addicts, uncles, friends, cousins,
it's a lot of
people. Some people that just got in a car.
You know how many funerals I've been to in my life? 2! Maybe 3. So I don't know what he's talking about here. You're at a funeral like every weekend? That's a lot.
Wreck and started taking
You're scaring Congress.
To manage it. One thing led to the other, and how fast it spirals out of control. I don't think people truly understand.
He's losing his momentum a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, you're not that good. You worked on the opening. You were all hot for that opening. You're kind of bombing now. Yeah, I guess. Off with his head. Back to Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll. But isn't this funny? Isn't it funny how it just works now? So now you could take any 2 circumstances. You could take any person in the world in any circumstance, do a Mad Lib of it. It could happen now. None of it's wacky. There's no such thing as a wacky situation. Like if I said to you 2 months ago, oh yeah, Jelly Roll will be testifying before Congress. That's a weird mashup there. But now stuff like that happens almost every second of every day. It's very strange. Makes your day. He brings you the world, the stars and the songs. Mike makes your day. He does what you'd like to and takes you along.